Hello and welcome to the shop. A couple of weeks ago, I went up to Shelbyville, Kentucky to visit Tim Babb in his new shop, the Woodworking Maniak shop. And while I was there, Mike Fulton came in from Anderson, Indiana, and John Price came up to visit. Now, John was really cool. What he did is he took Alumalite and he put each of our logos on a pen tube, a 27/64" pen tube. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna go ahead and turn this into a pen. And Mike and Tim are doing the same things. And what I wanna do is I want you, when you're done watching this video, down in the comments, I'm gonna put a link to Mike and a link to Tim. MF Woodshop, Woodworking Maniac. I'd really appreciate it, and I know they would too, if you would jump over to their channel, check out their videos, see how sweet their pens turned out, and give them a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to them if you're not, because they both do amazing work. My plan is to mate this blank once turned with a Wall Street 2 Elegant pen kit. Now, I got this kit, of course, from Woodcraft. There's the part number if you happen to be interested in it. It uses a 27/64" tube, and it makes a gorgeous pen. I am not being sponsored by Woodcraft. I just get asked often, where did you get that kit? So I'm sharing that information with you so that if you are interested, you'll be able to find this exact kit. I've already taken this blank to my sanding jig and I've sanded down both ends, and you can see the brass of the tube, and you can also see I have no chipping. With Alumalite, I have found if I use a barrel trimmer, I sometimes get a little bit of chip out because of the aggressiveness of the trimmer right around the tube where it meets the blank. Using the sanding jig, I won't see that, so hopefully when this is finally turned, I get a much smoother finish on the pen. Before I go to the lathe and start turning this blank, I'm going to take it back to my sander and I'm going to round over these 90-degree edges. My main concern is when I'm hitting this with a tool that I could take some serious chips out of the blank, and I just want to make sure I don't get a bad catch and blow this blank apart, because I really want this to turn into a beautiful pen that I can use. I just came back from the sander and you can see the blank it's fairly round. It's not perfect, but I did it by hand and I'm very happy with where it's at. So I'm going to go ahead now. I've got my bushings here at the lathe. These are the Wall Street 2 bushings. We'll go ahead and get this chucked up, and I'll come back in a moment and we'll begin turning. Got a really nice fit at my bushings. I'm happy with that. Got a nice transition from one side of the blank to the other. Just a little bulge in the middle, which I like. I like the look of that. What I want to do now is we're going to go ahead and micro mesh this down. And the micro mesh is what's really going to clean this blank up and polish it up and make it look fantastic. When I'm micro meshing something like Alumalite or acrylic, I'll spend quite a bit of time with the first pad. And the reason why, I want to build up a good slurry on the pad, but that pad is the one that's going to take the most imperfections out. If you have any tool marks or any deep scratches, this pad is going to get rid of those. And then the remaining pads you don't have to spend as much time on, because basically what you're using those for is just to polish out any of the scratches that this pad puts in. So you're just reducing scratches with each additional pad. And I guarantee I'm going to take a little extra time on this one because you know whose pocket it's going to be in, and I really want it to look nice. I've brought up a slurry 3 times with the yellow pad. Let's turn it off and take a look at it. Looks really good. I don't feel any imperfections. I don't see any imperfections. I'm going to go ahead now and work through the rest of the pads, and we won't need to spend quite as much time. We'll just work a slurry up on each pad. You can see the slurry starting to form on the backside. That lets you know that you're cutting into the Alumalite and removing the top layer, which is going to take the scratches away. And you can see that blank already looks fantastic. Give me just a minute to get the buffing wheel on the lathe, and we'll go ahead and put a final buff on this, and it should really pop after that. I got this buffing kit from Penn State. This is the Barry Gross Pen Buffing Kit. I'll put the part number, the Penn State part number, in the comments below. The most common question I get asked is, what's the blue rouge that you use? And I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what grit this rouge is. It is the block of rouge that comes with this kit. I am sure if you were to send a message to Penn State or to Barry Gross, they could tell you exactly what grit this blue rouge is. And if someone does that and lets me know, I'll post that down in the comments below so that it can be shared with anyone else who might be interested. Let's go ahead and get this pen polished. I am ready to get my blank assembled into this Wall Street kit. So we're going to start off by pressing the clip cap assembly into the blank, and I want to center it perfectly between the 2 edges of my logo. Give it just a quick press, and then we'll put a little protection here and finish it off. There we go. I just want you to take a look at that. Look at the fit and finish. It's absolutely perfect. No chips, no nicks. Beautiful transition. I am super happy with that. Put the front part of the pen together. We'll just go ahead and pull the little ball. There's a little rubber ball on the tip of the refill. We'll get that off. Slide our spring on. We insert that into the nib of the blank, or the pen kit. Add our transmission, thread it in, and you can see just how smooth the operation of this pen is. To finish it off, we simply slide this nib assembly into the blank, and if you take a look at that, look at the fit and finish I've got at the end of that pen. This is one gorgeous pen, and if you ever see me anywhere at a convention or a show, I'll be carrying this pen. Ask to take a look at it because it is gorgeous. I'd like to thank you for joining me in the shop tonight. I realize that this was somewhat of a gratuitous turn, but I just couldn't resist. I absolutely loved this blank when I saw it, and I could not wait to get it into a kit. Once again, John Price, you made my day. Thank you. I could not have been happier. This was an amazing gift. It is very appreciated, and it's going to be with me for a long, long time. Don't ask to borrow it, anybody. I also want to remind you guys to go to the comments and take a look at Tim Babb and Mike Fulton's videos where they did their blanks, because John was kind enough to provide both of them with their logo. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had an incredible time making it. I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. Come back and see me again real soon. Have a great evening, everybody.